I'm going to go over an introduction to our class. We're going to study biology for the whole year. So first of all, let's learn what it is. Bio, if I break down this word, means life, and logy means to study. So we're going to study life from this level to this level. Small, meaning microscopic or microorganisms, all the way to the global scale, which is taking those organisms and how they interact with their environment. One of the things you need to know is how life is organized, and we're going to study starting from the smallest unit, which is an atom. When atoms combine, they form molecules. Molecules combine to form organelles. Organelles are parts of the cell, and obviously they form a cell. Cells combine to form tissues. Tissues combine to form organs. Organs that work together form organ system. We, organisms, are composed of organ systems working together. Now I want you to know that the levels of organization can go from here to here. So in other words, an organism can be made up of one cell. Some organisms only have tissues to run their process, which means like there's even organisms in the animal kingdom that tissue is their highest level of organization. Then there's some with organs. And we, since we're the most complex organisms, have organ systems. So keep that in mind. Organisms that can produce fertile offspring are called species. Species living in a given area form a population. Different populations in a given area form a community. Communities interacting with their non-living components make up an ecosystem. So we'll have birds, plants, animals of other sorts, humans, all make up a community. And if you interact, they make up an ecosystem. If you're interacting with the water, the air, which obviously makes up life, which is the last one, any living thing on Earth or any layer of Earth is considered the biosphere. Here's a sample of our class. We start with our first unit, which we're on right now, and how to experiment an introduction to the class. We move on to molecules and chemical reactions. Then we study cells, genes, and heredity. We start studying life from the past to now, starting from the smallest level to us, which is the most complex. Study anatomy, and then study what we call ecology. You actually don't need to know this on the test, so keep that in mind. This is an intro to the course, not something you need to be familiar with on the test. The last part of this unit is what makes up a living thing. So we know we're going to study life. We want to know, how do we determine if something is living or non-living? So the first thing is it must be made up of at least one cell. We already learned that all organisms have precise organization. So starting from the smallest unit all the way to global scale or biosphere. All organisms have to have the ability to take in energy and use it. The example being right here in this picture below. If I could release this right here. This is a food pyramid, or an energy pyramid, I should say. And it shows levels of energy being transferred from one organism to another. Ability to respond to an external stimulus. Keep in mind that not all organisms move. They do react to external stimuli, like in this case, light, making the plant lean over to the side. Capacity for growth. This growth is guided by cells, as demonstrated in this picture. We grow because our cells replicate, which is the next one. Ability to reproduce. All organisms must be able to produce offspring. And lastly, ability to evolve or adapt. Here showing you a picture of camouflage.